Hey guys, how's it going? I got my XR650R right here. You can see, I don't really want to take the tube bag on this LeadNBack because it kind of blocks the HID Trail Tech headlight. I definitely will be out at night, so probably going to take the tube. Going to make sure my tire stuff's good. If not, I did buy new cement and stuff because I have the New Tech tubeless system in the front and rear. But still want to take a tube. You never know, a 21-inch will work in the rear should I really need it. And I also have a rim lock for both front and back. So, and somebody else might need a tube, right? I always take at least one tube. I'm going to put it in my flight vest. I just don't want to use the fender pack. I usually ride, obviously, mostly during the day, and I don't need a headlight then. So I don't need to worry about blocking. But unfortunately, just how this headlight is mounted up to the bike, it does block. And in fact, it points enough down that this fender a little bit blocks. The headlight really needs to come up some. But, you know, that would take me making a bracket up here to mount it to. A lot more work. Don't have time for that. So I will just pull this off. But just to kind of show you how I attach this bag, because people always complain about these hooks, and I've pointed out many times, but you just use a zip tie, put a hole right where you need it, and they stay on, bag can come off. And that way, I've never lost a bag. They tell you could also put cuts in here, but still, things flap around, you can still lose a bag real easy. And the same goes for my gas. If you notice over there, I'll zoom in. But see, I just leave the hooks attached. Now that bike, how the fender is, the hooks are a little more straighter. This one, they are a little bit hard to feed in, but it is what it is. I got the IMS 7-gallon fuel tank on this bike. I've never run it. I ran this up at the gas station and filled it up the other day. That was the extent of it. Didn't really have time to ride. One thing that it doesn't come with that I added was these fuel switches, fuel valves. It's just a ball valve. They were like 12 bucks on Amazon. Link down in the description. But that's the size of them, pretty small. They're for fuel. I needed 3. One on this side. That's the pump. And 2 on this side. 1 coming from this wing right here. Yeah, I don't have the clips yet. I got more of these. They came in today actually, but I don't have time to put them on because I would have to drain this whole tank. And I'm not going to do that. And then this one is back here. I can get to it. I have to move the hose with 2 hands. I can turn that off if needed. Disconnect. It's just zip tied here just so I make sure it doesn't get to the exhaust. And I used a zip tie up here just to kind of make sure that one stayed up too. And that's how I have the IMS 7-gallon tank. We'll see how it works. Also, Honda guys from ADV Rider, his Cherbis 6.5-gallon tank brace fits on here. I put a spacer that came with the IMS tank on this side. And then that side is just flush. And that's how it looks. These are the knockoff Flowdyne radiators. You cannot put this on and modify the Unibiker radiator guards to work. Just everything's too thick at that point, so it won't work with this tank. But from what I understand is you can run the OEM with the Unibiker guards or any radiator guards with this tank. It's just when you add the Flowdyne style that's bigger, won't work. Got my HID Trail Tech headlight because we will be out at night. This is a 340-ish mile ride, 350-mile ride. We'll see how that tank does. I'm hoping not to even need to fill it up. So by the end of the night when I'm tired, hopefully fuel's way down and I'm good to go, get home and not have to have a heavy bike. Just in the morning starting out, which we start out on some roads, so it won't be a big deal. My tire is pretty good worn. It's a Trackmaster 2, but I want to burn it off. Still tread in the middle in these slots. So not overly bald, but yeah, it's down there. I did put on new brake pads, as you probably saw in the video, and I also put in the new pin in the pin cover here, plug. And I did that on the front and the rear here. So I got my bike going. I really do love the IMS core foot pegs. They're awesome. I pretty much have my bike set up. I checked the tire pressure. I'm running a little bit higher than I normally do with tubeless, just because we're going to be doing more, not really roads. There's connecting roads, but just longer distance, a lot more. There will be more like Jeep roads. It's not really hardcore trails per se. There will be some. We're doing ATV trails and single track, and we're going to have ATV trails in the middle of the night, which is always fun. The Warp 9 rims are working out good. Loving them. Got my Garmin on here. I'm just getting the bike and gear ready, really. That's why I backed it in here. My wife parks over on this side where I'm standing, and that way, when I'm waking up at 3:50 a.m. in the morning, I can like come out here, toss on my gear. I'm gonna make a pile of my gear I'm wearing. I'm going to use the Climb Krios helmet. These are the tires that are going to go on after this. So I'll be running these for Meeker. That's a K270 and a IRC VE35. Going to be having the Climb Arsenal vest. I just washed out the bladder for this, which is I'm letting it dry inside, and then I'm going to fill it up. That's going to be ready to go for the morning. And the Dakar pants, I'll be wearing the Traverse jacket, which is right here. So Climb Traverse jacket, because it's supposed to rain. That does a pretty good job. I'll probably take this. This is more, kind of more or less a windbreaker, but if I do need something warmer, I can like toss this on underneath the Climb Traverse jacket, and I'll be somewhat warm. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I just have to put the tube and check my tire repair stuff. Make sure it's good. I should have somewhere over on that mess should be a newer rubber cement, and maybe even plugs. But yep. Just want to make sure that goes in the vest, that goes in. That's really not that heavy right there, because that's just a cheap, when you take spare tubes, you just take like thin ones, right? So you just get cheap, thin, normal 21 inch. If you want to, you can get 21 inch and an 18 inch or whatever your rear tire is. But rule of thumb is 21 inch will work in the 18, you can stuff it in. It'd be good enough to putz out, get you to where you need to be typically. And that's what I figure. I have the tubeless system. It's never failed me, but it can fail, right? Anything can fail, so pack something. And I do have rim locks for front and back included in my Arsenal vest already, because my riding buddy always has tubes. So, you know, I don't usually worry about tubes too much unless I'm going on a long type of ride like this. Because if you're riding with a bunch of people, you're not all going to have flats, and almost everyone's going to have a couple spare tubes, usually a couple each. So, you know, it's easy enough to bum a tube off somebody. I don't like doing that, never have done it, but it could happen. I'm ready to go on this LeadNBack. This ride's going to be like 340, 350 miles of variety of terrain, mostly to dirt. There will be connectors that are paved, you know, because you can't avoid it. So you have to have a bike for this type of ride, or a plated bike for this type of ride. But it's, like I said, it's not a big deal. and we're going to start off on dirt road, but I'm going to right away take these people down a rougher, harder Jeep trail, just kind of wake them up in the morning, you know, because it's going to be so early. And then it's mostly going to be road. It's going to take a little bit to get to the ATV trail, and then it's some fun ATV trail that's kind of open, and then we'll kind of get back to a road, and then we'll enter an ATV OHV area, and we will do a lot of good trails in there. And then I have single track thrown in on this ride, and then some unknown single track because I was unable to pre-ride it. So that's going to be, that's going to be interesting. But main thing is to get to Leadville, Colorado, from Monument, Colorado, and then back all in one day. And when it's a group of people, you don't know, flats, things happen. You need to escort somebody out of the area so they can go home or whatever. They break down. Yeah, it can be a long day, literally. To Breckenridge and back basically took us until like 1 in the morning. So this could easily take from, I'm waking up at like 3:50 a.m. tomorrow, and this could take all the way until 1, 2 in the morning. I hope not that long, but it could. It really could. And a lot of people are pretty diehard about following the route and staying on it, and me being the guide, I will try to accommodate that. I'm getting older, so it's a little bit harder, but I'm going to try. And we're going to try to complete the route as I planned. And if we have to make a few corrections, we'll just do it on the fly, seat of the pants. So we'll see who shows up tomorrow. Guys, check out my LeadNBack videos. Those will be up. I might go ahead and put those up as trailtaker.com or under our Trailtaker YouTube channel. Just kind of, I try to get people over there too. We video trails and trail systems and do events. So and give out free GPX files. So definitely worthwhile checking out, and it's all for the whole United States. 300,000 plus legal trails, and we're hoping to have a user uploadable database with a dashboard for you guys and gals. So instead of uploading your tracks to, some of those other sites which charge you a yearly fee to access, you'll be able to upload to ours, show people your routes if you want them public or private, and actually be able to share the stuff and allow downloads or not allow downloads. So we're very excited. We hope to bring you that before the end of the year. It takes a lot of work, so a little patience will go a long ways, and you guys and gals will be able to track with your phone, and you can use a lot of free apps to track and then upload to our site. So hey, it's going to be a win-win for all. So check trailtaker.com out. And join along for the ride for those videos. Take care. Have a great one, guys. Most importantly, as I always say, get out there and ride.